Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for Friday, the 29th of January 2021, otherwise known as the full moon. We've got a full moon today. In fact, for some people, it's the day before, but I'm publishing this just before the full moon happens, and so it's today for me here in Thailand, and so will be for people in Australia as well. But yeah, take it as it resonates, This is the full moon one anyway. I could have done it yesterday, but I've decided to do it today. It is actually just after midnight here. So let's get some cards out. Now, I've got a live show pretty much every day, live here on YouTube. Come along to that. It's called Psychic Cafe. It's at 7 a.m. Bangkok time. I'd love to see you there. I pull more cards, do some channeling, getting deeper, in fact. And also give mini reads as well. So if you've got a question for your higher self, come along. It's by donation. So using the super chat, the super sticker, all of that. There's a PayPal link as well in there. What else? If you want a private read from me, then go to my website, BeHealing.com. So I've got some cards out for this full moon for today. We've got Be Still a While. I'm getting something very specific from this. It's not a time to take action. It's a time to clear your energy and just wait. Circumstances might change. And so what you're likely to take action on today could be a reaction rather than something that's positive to take action toward. This is just like hold your horses, be still a while. Don't take action just yet, because the action you take maybe tomorrow or in a few days' time might be quite different, or in a few months' time. In fact, it just depends on the bigness of that thing that you're pondering. So be still a while. We've also got empowerment, right? So you've got to empower yourself first. That's what you're waiting for you to be more empowered. So if you are moving forward on a business, on taking a job, on getting into a relationship, on anything really, if you're wanting to do that, if you're coming from a place that's not quite empowered yet, when you're empowering yourself a little bit more, a little bit down the line, you're going to make a different decision. So when we kind of leap into decisions, I tend to be someone that takes action pretty quickly. Sometimes can be seen as impulsive, but I action things. That's why I'm an entrepreneur, right? I action things straight away. And I'm actually getting better at sitting back now and waiting for the timing to be even more right, waiting for things to unfold. And I think this is what it's saying, is that if you're taking action now, when you take action on something and then you a few weeks down the line, you think, you're changing your mind already and you're changing it up already. This is saying don't take action just yet because you're not fully empowered. What do I mean by empowered? Having boundaries and sticking up for yourself and speaking out for yourself and getting what it is that you want. So I think if you're moving forward right now, you might go for something that isn't quite right for you. Doesn't much matter. I mean, you can switch it up, but that's the guidance for this full moon and for today is to just hold back a little bit. Hold back a little bit here. So let's get some tarot out for today. What's going on for everybody? All signs. I will see what comes out, but with these dailies, I always do them for everybody. I had a little voice in my head saying, maybe you want to clarify this for each star sign, like the weekly reads. I don't know. Maybe just for today. The world, a cycle is completing and a new one beginning. It's a cycle that we haven't experienced before. It's something totally new, a whole new paradigm kind of thing in your life. The way that you're approaching life is going to change completely. You ought to leave that old way behind. We do have major shifts going on right now in the world. Ace of Pentacles is a chance at something completely new now. And it's coming from within. This chance at something new. So we change ourselves, we get focused on ourselves, we become in alignment, and then there's a whole new pathway opens up to us. Big energies today. Let's get another one out. What else is going on for us in this full moon? Interesting that card comes out first, the world, because full moons are all about completions. Oh, if you want a full moon reading from me as well, I'll have price on BeHealing.com today. Can pick one of those up. Eight of Pentacles as well. So a little bit wary about something. And I think this is that be still a while, don't take action right away. Something feels a little bit off. Not so sure about it. Just sit back and wait. Maybe it's someone new comes into your life and you've got a little bit of an uneasy feeling about them. Sit back and wait. We'll let them prove themselves first. We'll let them show me who they are rather than me believing straight away who they're telling me they are. Always good advice for any day, never mind just the full moon. So there's a bit of a wariness going on there. A little bit cautious. Caution is what I'm getting from that. So this isn't the message today to proceed slowly forward with caution. It's to just wait and see, wait and see. Something's going to be revealed later, I feel, if you just wait and see. So be in tune with your intuition today, because when you feel that little bit of trepidation, that's something to listen to today. It's interesting, isn't it? What is our fears and what is our intuition telling us to beware? It can be tricky to feel the difference between them. Okay, we've got 3 cards came out and I'm being told to take them all there. So it's the death and rebirth card. Yeah, I'm feeling it. It's the end of something and a start of a new cycle of rebirth. Whole new rebirth, like a rebirth you've never had before. And with that, we've got the Ace of Cups. It's going to fill your heart with joy. And the 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. Interesting. So the rebirth, it's almost moving out of this energy to a receiving. The wounded warrior somehow comes good now. Stops being wounded, projecting those things on other people, being sensitive and triggered by everything. Steps into the power, and this is the rebirth. Something very empowering about this full moon. It can be the change. I mean, this change isn't happening to us, it's happening for us. We get to choose whether we step forward into that or not. We can carry on as we were before. If we carry on doing what we did, we're going to get what we got, but that's not even true anymore. You're going to get less than what you got before, because the energies are now supporting us moving forward from this, you know. Once times change, you can't carry on doing what you did. Like, imagine being alive like hundreds of years ago and you were a slave driver or something. You can't carry on doing what you did once everyone wakes up to that, saying, no, it's not right for everyone to be slaves. Same, the awakening that's going on right now. It's like, hang on a minute. Women have been treated like slaves, doing everything, taking all the emotional burden and the physical burdens, sorting everything out, doing everything. It's like, hang on a minute, you know, things have to change now. And so there's this big awakening that's going on with patterns that we've all had. Huge death and rebirth, a lot more fulfillment. And it's somehow removing the need for this wounded warrior. It's like everything that you've processed within yourself is coming good now, to open your heart, to receive. But it requires big change. It's not something that's going to happen by itself. Put those there, because they're all together there. We're going to get some more clarifiers out for each one of these now. So give us more on this world at the end of a cycle. Something that you've been experiencing maybe over and over again. It's coming to an end now. But as I said, this isn't automatically happening to us. We've got to do the work. Like, we've actually got to do something different. Step forward, listening to your guidance and actually doing it. Can remain switched off from it. You can remain unwilling to take action on your guidance. But if you are following that guidance, I mean, and if, you know, numbing out, things like that, addictions, there's all kinds of ways that will switch off from our guidance and we won't take it. Be careful not to do that. Interesting, reunions. Reunions are being pinned on this now. If you're waiting for a twin flame to come back or to reunite with somebody, it's not about what's going on in the external world. It's like your lack of finances. It's not about your finances. It's about your alignment. A lack of relationship. It's not about your relationship. It's about your alignment. Anything that's outside of you, your luck or unlucky, it's all about alignment. We've got to bring ourselves back to ourselves and concern ourselves with ourselves. And it's that cycle in ourselves that's completing now and moving to something new within ourselves that's going to create this. And this reunion, it's not just about twin flames. It's not just about lovers coming together. It's about reuniting with anything, like a dream that you've had for your life, your money, your abundance, community. It's a reuniting, bringing back to you what is yours. Yeah. Could be about childhood dreams coming true, this kind of thing. So this full moon, it's a powerful one for us too. It's like a bit of a wake-up call. It's like, get on with it now. Get on with what you need to do, because you can't carry on as you were before. A cycle completing within ourselves is what brings what is ours to us. Look at these colors. These 2 cards together are really pretty. I like it. All about internal work. We don't need to worry about that external stuff and trying to change what's going on in our lives, other people, them getting them sorted out. It's not about that. It's about us getting in alignment. Then everything works out, you know. Can't have our twin flames unless we're in alignment. It takes a high level of alignment to bring in our twin flames. And then once the twin flames come together, once they find that alignment within themselves and they're right there for each other, then the twin flames get to design, work out how we work together there. What is the divine masculine and the divine feminine? Because we sure don't know. We've been in toxic masculine, toxic feminine. And so then they'll lead the way. And so if you're one of those, and there's so many people that think they're one of those and they're not, so not in alignment, things not working out in their lives, so many problems. You're not with your twin flame, you're with a soulmate if that's the case, to lead you toward that if you're on the twin flame journey. Those on twin flame journey have done a hell of a lot of work in themselves and are in alignment. Ace of Pentacles is the muse of emotions here, the king of emotions. This is the masculine, right? Being asked to get in the heart now. Communicate what's in the heart, communicate feelings. Why are women so strong now? 2 reasons. Because we've had it hard our whole lives. We've been the underdog. It's been difficult for us. Men have been have had it easy. They've got things without having to try, without the whole everything, you know, the odds being against them. Women have had the odds against them, and it's made us really strong. And also, there's that. Challenges always make you stronger, they make you grow, right? So men have had less need to grow because they've had things too easy. And so it's not really a privilege after all, that male privilege. It's worked against them. But now the men have to get in the heart and do that. But the other thing that has made women so strong is we talk to each other. We talk to each other about our emotional stuff. Men aren't doing that yet, and they need to do that. Maybe some men are, but generally not. Generally still resistance to that. And so things like addictions could be becoming really prevalent. Whether you're a man or a woman, I'm talking about the masculine now. You know, you can be a woman in the masculine as well and be avoiding those things. But this Ace of Pentacles is a whole new opportunity to make these changes now. Make these changes and sort our hearts out. And it's about ourselves, not looking outside of ourselves anymore, but making those changes within ourselves. Important full moon, this one. So the Eight of Pentacles, a little bit of trepidation here, something, feeling uneasy about something. Something's not quite right. So this is why we're having to be still a while and hold back before we take that action. Could be someone or something, just a feeling of uneasiness. And that could be your feeling that you're out of alignment. It's like, hang on, should I take action on this? Because if I'm not in alignment, then anything I do in the external world, anything I take action on, it's not going to reap the results that I really want. So why do it? Why not get in alignment instead? Why not do that inner work, that shadow work? Why not, deal with yourself? I mean, we do have to have a balance between both. You can't just go from being totally out of alignment, muggle kind of thing, to, okay, I'll spend all of my time by myself, on myself. We have to have that balance, right? If you're still one leg in that world, one foot in that world, you've got to keep that going somehow to get your needs met, in the muggle way as you switch. But something tells me I'm not speaking to those kind of people on this channel. Eight of Pentacles, why the Eight of Pentacles? A bit of trepidation. So there's something inside of us alerting to the fact that we're not in alignment yet. Same card. Eight of Materials. Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Materials is the same card. Yeah, wariness to move forward because you can feel something's not quite in alignment, like the time is not quite right yet. It's going to be different for everybody. So take that as it resonates with you, but do listen to that, Now we've got the Death, Rebirth, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got this Wounded Warrior here, the Nine of Wands. Let's find out, let's get even more clarification on this. What is this all about? Oh, the Wounded Warriors, it's important to heal, but then there's some point that we've got to get out of that wounded state and step into our empowerment instead. It's not a good state to be in, that victimhood, like everyone's against me, the world's against me, the world's a bad place, everyone's conspiring against me, the odds are against me. No, we've got to have the odds for us, and by stepping up and empowering ourselves. So big death and rebirth going on right now within ourselves. Give us more on this. Ace of Materials, that's what the Ace of Pentacles is about then. So it's connected with this, it's connected with us, with our hearts, getting what our hearts truly desire, that opportunity now to get what our hearts truly desire, but it's an internal job to get there. So we're getting a lot of similar messages coming out here about that inner work, this full moon. Oh, great reason to get a full moon reading there. The half price at the moment. That's another great reason to get one on BeHealing.com. So the world and the three of emotions. A reunion of you and whatever is for you will happen when we complete cycles within ourselves and move on to the new. Past, present, and future. Times are changing is what I'm getting from this. So it's like you've been through this before, but never such a profound change as this before. You've been through cycles, you've had chapters of your life, but this is a whole new chapter of our life, not just our lives, but for the whole world too. Things have got to change now. Things are changing rapidly, and we've got this chance of big change within ourselves first. There's going to be some kind of a balance in between the masculine and feminine. We're going to hopefully learn what is the divine masculine and divine feminine, because we're pretty much clueless on it. We've seen steps along the way, but what we've seen is a lot of the 9 of Wands stuff. It's not divine. It's wounded people healing themselves. We've needed to have that process, but there's something beyond that, because it doesn't feel very empowering. Victimhood never is. So give us more on this Ace of Pentacles and the Muse of Emotions. This chance to sort our hearts out is what I'm getting. The divine opportunity. Sacred space, holding our space, holding space for our energy, no matter who you are. Your true energy, not the toxic energy. Being 100% authentic in ourselves, who we really are. Not conforming to adding a little bit of that toxic masculine and the toxic feminine. Do you know what I'm talking about there? So let's put it into context in your life. Maybe you got a business like me. And if I were to conform a little bit still to the toxic masculine and the toxic feminine, what I'd be doing is, in the toxic feminine, I would be using things like clickbait, to advertise my stuff. I'd be on doing that manipulation kind of thing just to get more numbers and stuff. That's not what I want. I don't want more numbers. I want the right people. I want you watching it. I want to help people like you. Don't want just numbers. I want anybody. So sacred space. What else would I be doing? In the toxic masculine, what would I be doing? I'll be like controlling people about it. I would be like approaching people and controlling people about it, and just being pushy. I would be doing like things that aren't that helpful for people, but just marketing it really well, that kind of thing, just for the sake of the money, just for the sake of that. I don't do that, right? I stay in my own lane, 100% authentic, or I try to be. And so, but, take me back a few years, and I was doing some of that stuff. I was doing some of that stuff because that's what we needed to do to get by, right? The toxic masculine especially was rewarded. Toxic feminine, not so much. The feminine hasn't been rewarded so much at all. But the toxic masculine stuff, for sure, men and women have had to be in that to get any kind of rewards, to get the money. So holding our space now, it's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. This is who I truly am in my heart. And now we've got the chance now for that to work. In fact, this is the only thing that's going to work if you're at a certain level of alignment, a certain level of vibration. It's the only thing that's going to work. You're not going to be able to do. Like I said, if you keep on doing what you did, you're not going to keep on getting what you got. You're going to get less than what you got before, because it's not going to work for you anymore. Once you know so much, once you get to a certain level, the universe won't let you do it the old way. Let you do it the old way when you're at a certain level. And this is why people get stuck in that law of attraction stage, and it doesn't work for them anymore. Law of attraction, that, wishing things and it coming true, that kind of stuff works when you're awakening. That's the universe saying, yes, I'm here, finally listening to me after all. That's not to get stuck there. then you move on from there. It's like, okay, now I know that universe is there. I don't need my trinkets anymore. I don't need all of that stuff going on. I can work with it. I can work with it. It's not about me just getting randomly magicking stuff up for me. It's about me moving forward, growing in myself. So why this Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Materials? We've got integration here. A little bit wary of whether we've integrated, whether we've got it yet, but whether we're truly being that 100% authentic, whether it's new. It is new. This hasn't been tried or tested, these changes that we're going through. Change here. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to feel a bit, it's unknown. It's all unknown. We're integrating what we're learning and we're moving forward, but who the hell knows, as I said. And that's a good thing, because human beings, we're evolving the world. We are. We've experienced all of these things. It's like, yeah, that was good. It was better than it ever was. What we've been living, for sure, it's been better than it's ever been. But I don't know. There's just something about this whole women taking all of the load, the men kind of becoming passengers now, and it's like, wait, relationships not coming together because there's this disparity between the masculine and feminine. It's like, hang on a minute, it's been so toxic. It's always been so toxic. This is just in relationships as well. I mean, there's the rest of the stuff going on in the world with money and corporations, just the whole thing. We're seeing a lot of it, aren't we? And then we come to this new, well, we want better than that. We want better than that. And we're constantly evolving. But that trepidation comes in, and we're going in the right direction because it's changing so much now. We're stepping into the unknown, having to create something new. So in a way, it's good that we don't know what the divine masculine and divine feminine is, because we're creating it. We're getting to decide what it is. Will we get it 100% right? No, we'll get it 50% right, because we always do. And then we'll notice in time what that 50% is that isn't quite right, and we'll evolve it again and move on from that. But we're in this massive time of death and rebirth now. Give us more on this. A chance. Oh, okay. I'm going to take all of these. A chance to evolve to the next level, to get more fulfilled in our hearts, let go of this wounded warrior kind of stuff. Yeah, we have been healing a lot. Hey, it's time to stop. No, it's time to stop healing. It's time to move beyond that, beyond the victimhood thing. Self-love is what got here. That's the foundation of it all, and you've got to love yourself, right? And be concerned with yourself to get in alignment. Stop trying to put out the fires in the world and in your money and in your relationships, and then stop trying to change everything else outside of yourself, and know that it's all about alignment. If you sort out your alignment, everything works out on the outside of you and in your life. That's how I know there's not many twin flames together, because people professing they're with twin flames, all you need to do is listen to them, and you're like, no, you're not in alignment. Especially those people teaching about twin flames, that it's all like runner, chaser, dysfunction in relationships. That's not twin flame. Not a chance. What my guys are telling me are twin flames. Very few of them, they come together when you're in like a high level of alignment. Very few people. Very few. But those that do, going to be leading the way, evolving it. And of course, that's what we want. We want the people that are in the high state of alignment to discover what these things are, and then it ripple out to everyone else. Of course we do. Don't want just anyone teaching it. So self-love is underpinning it all, right? Setting ourselves free. The heart there has got wings on it. Setting ourselves free, focusing on ourselves, getting in that alignment. Then the emotional release comes. You realize what you've been doing to yourself, right? And what you've been complicit in, and how you've been playing your part in that as the wounded one. Letting all of that go so we can truly heal and let it go and leave it in the past. Healing energy there. So we can empower ourselves. It's all about stopping. So if you find that you're still in that needing to heal, feeling wounded, like the world is against you, you're not in alignment yet, so don't take that action forward. Empower yourself first. Get yourself in more of alignment. It's not, contrary to what your ego is telling you, it's not the whole world going wrong on the outside of you, because get in alignment and it all works out for you. And getting in alignment is, concerning yourself with your own energy and doing what's right for you. Yes, healing yourself is a part of it. Standing up for yourself, being authentic, speaking out. There's a lot to it, right? So let's find out what's going on in their love lives. in our love lives, this full moon today. Too many cards fell out there. What's going on in our love lives? Okay, that's about a 2. 3, trust. Trust. Right, so you know how I said we can't fix things on the outside of ourselves. If, so like me, everything is just amazing in my life apart from my love life. Meaning relationships. I'm talking about romantic relationships there, because I've got plenty of love in my life. But romantic relationships, that's the one sticky point for me. And the more I focus on it, the more I focus on them, on him sorting himself out, the more I get out of alignment. I've got to focus myself on myself, and then trust, right? And then trust is what we have here. So as long as we're getting in alignment with ourselves, then it's going to happen. Yeah, everything, it will happen in your life. So trust that everything sorts itself out. You don't need to concern yourself with those external things, especially relationships, especially not focused on what they need to do. Doesn't matter what they need to do. You need to get ready, the stuff that you need to do. And if you're thinking that you're completely ready and completely in alignment, but that relationship isn't in, you're fooling yourself, right? My relationship isn't in yet. It's kind of there on the sidelines awaiting, but it means that I'm waiting for something in myself. I'm not in full alignment with it. So we're being asked to trust, not focus so much on the relationship, and just trust instead that it's going to be there when you do get in alignment. Soulmate, yeah, bringing our soulmates in. I'm going to get more clarity on this. And this is make the effort. This is making the effort for ourselves now. We can't make the effort for them. We can't, teach them and say, you've got this thing wrong with you. You need to change this thing. You need to do this. You need to do that. We need to make the effort. We need to turn that back on ourselves and say, okay, what is it that I need to make the effort in? And it might not have anything to do with relationships. It might be moving forward on your business or getting in alignment with abundance. It might be, being more confident, putting yourself out there in the world. It's not about relationship. It's about your whole being, So give us more on this trust. Why have we got trust in our love lives? Surrender to the divine. Surrender the relationship stuff to the divine. Yeah? Just trust. Keep on focusing on your stuff. Leave the relationship stuff alone at the moment, is what I'm getting there. Soulmate, a win-win outcome is forecast. You see, it's on its way. Soulmate, the twin flame is on its way. The only way we can get it is getting more in alignment with ourselves. So we've got to stop listening to the ego and stop thinking, oh, I need to sort it out. I need to control it. I need to do this. I need to do that. It's all about what's going on the outside. It's not. So make the effort. What's this? That's the full moon card as well. Surrender to the divine. The full moon in Libra is the win-win outcome is forecast. What's this full moon? Is it Leo? Do we have a full moon in Leo this time? I don't remember. Let me see if I can remember. It's not in Scorpio. It's not in Taurus. It's not in Virgo. It's not in Aquarius. Full moon, not in Pisces. Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. I think it's a full moon in Leo this time. Don't let pride get in your way. So don't let the ego tell you it's them, it's everything else in the world, it's not me. You get in alignment and it all works out. You get in alignment and you end up on the safest island in the world when COVID comes out and hardly affected by it all. You get in alignment and your money keeps on flowing in, despite everyone else having challenges, or a lot of people in the world having challenges with it, You get in alignment, everything just works out. You don't have accidents, you have really good health, your money flows, your relationships are good, just everything works out with you when you're in alignment, for you when you're in alignment. So making the effort is an internal job. Give us more on this. So contrary to popular belief, making that effort isn't actually making the effort in the relationship, it's making that effort within yourself. Give us more on this, making the effort. There we go. Communication is key. Interesting. New moon in Gemini, communication is key. This is the communication within ourselves. Remember, we're talking about making that effort within ourselves then. So Gemini, this is the twins. It's the two aspects of ourselves that we've got inside of ourselves, the light and the dark, and how it communicates with each other. How does the light and dark communicate with each other, or the angel and the devil that's inside of ourselves, the positive and the negative? Yeah, we can judge ourselves for it. It's that shadow work. It's calling for shadow work. Shadow work is about whatever we're judging in ourselves, whatever we're criticizing about ourselves, whatever we're feeling shame about or feeling down on ourselves for. It's about loving and accepting that part of ourselves instead of trying to disown it or get rid of it or heal it or point it out in everyone else in the world as if we don't have it within ourselves. It's about accepting and loving ourselves, that we have that inside of us. It's accepting it. Just accepting it. Let's move all these cards over. Shadow work is so important, and like I was saying before, people get stuck. People can get stuck and have been getting stuck in that law of attraction stuff, which is just one stage of the evolution process, of the raising your vibration process. To co-create, to truly take your power as that co-creator, requires you to do the shadow work. It's really important. There's deeper work, and it's gnarly, and we don't want to do it, and we want to just stay in that. So there's something about communication within yourself, going easy on yourself, shadow work. It's about self-love, letting go of that criticizer. Not letting go of the criticizer, because the criticizer is part of it, right? The criticizer that's within us is what we're talking about too. That's the dark side too. Got to love that as well. So a whole lot of self-love going on. Let's get some more out, some of these heart cards. Give us more on this, surrendering to the divine and trusting that the relationships will sort themselves out when we're in alignment. Joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. That's what we've got coming, joy. We've got to trust that that joy is coming. Soulmate, elevation. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love, and you have to do it within yourself. That's getting in alignment. The soulmate, win-win outcome is forecast. Maybe they should be the other way around, in fact. I think so. So the soulmate brings joy. Win-win outcome is forecast. Surrender to divine elevation. All you need to do is do that elevation. And then give us more on this, make the effort. Evolution. That's what I've been saying. Evolving. The human race evolving. Taking it to the next level. Into the unknown. Let's go beyond what we've experienced before. You realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. We need the obstacles. We need the challenges to evolve. It's very important. So anything that you're going through right now is giving you that fuel to evolve, to take it to the next level. That's what we do. We come here and we give ourselves the challenges. We're born to the families that are going to give those challenges, that are going to cause us, give us that stuff to grow so that we can take things to the next level. It could be that you're a leader, and so you've chosen a lot of challenges. It's always the people that have the most challenges that do the most in the world, and it's because their spirit chose those challenges before they came here. Trust, the runner, chaser in twin flame stuff. That's listening to the ego, right? There's something in that it's just not true. The runner chaser thing is just not true. That doesn't indicate a twin flame relationship. It indicates that things aren't in alignment, that you're not in alignment, right? It's not about them. Something about runner or chaser. When you're chasing someone, they'll always run from you. If you're chasing them, it's because you're not taking your responsibility to be in alignment, because they're going to come. They're going to come running, and you're not going to run away if you're in that alignment. You're just naturally going to come together. You're just going to naturally turn around and go, oh, you're right there. Soulmate, win-win outcome is forecast, mirroring each other, right? So we're mirroring each other. So if they're not in your life at the moment, mirroring each other, they're not doing their work too. They're not in alignment too. Work on your alignment and they'll come in, or the one that is meant for you is going to come in. Because I'm being told by my guides that there's a lot of people that believing in false twins out there, that it's someone else. Especially if you think your twin isn't doing the work, well, then, if you're doing the work, or maybe you're not doing the work, But if you are doing the work, then that your person's doing the work as well. So maybe you just haven't met them yet. Make the effort. Sword and the Rose. Again, communication is key. There's two aspects of ourselves, a sword and a rose, very different, right? The rose is delicate and it's beautiful. The sword is hard and it cuts. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. Our power is both of them. Or see that as the masculine and feminine, the sword and the rose. Within ourselves, that balance, the empowerment, the being still, the being receptive, being in both the feminine, the positive aspects of the feminine and the masculine all at once. At the same time, embodying that within ourselves, then we naturally attract that evolved one. If we're evolving in ourselves, we're going to attract that evolved one in. And then we can figure out new things together of how to be in relationship, how to do things in the world, how to be in relationship first. That's got to be right. I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't been taught how to be in relationship. I've been taught how to be in toxic attachment, wounded attachment. I've never seen the divine masculine and divine feminine. I think we're going to see it soon. Hopefully I get to experience it. Hopefully you get to experience it. Woo. And then, once the 100th monkey or the 100th twin flame couples figure it out, then we'll all get it. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Right. So why would there be an unsuccessful outcome to a problem? Because we're not in alignment. Because we're looking at a problem that isn't a problem, or we're not accepting a problem, or we're looking outside of ourselves when we should be looking inside of ourselves. Whatever is being unsuccessful at the moment is showing you that you're not in alignment. And I'm really picking up from that. It's about focusing outside of ourselves instead of inside of ourselves. So if you're still looking at the outside world going, oh, I need to fix this, I need to fix that, whether it's your money, your happiness, your health, relationships, business, success, anything, it lies within. The answer lies within. We've got happiness. It's a chance at happiness this full moon. It's not all hard work. What else have we got for this full moon for today? In fact, I'm not going to clarify this for each star sign because it's getting long, this video already. Chain of events that will affect your life. We're being led forward for sure by the universe. And so it's part of the big story, what's going on for us all now. And the universe has been really, really not hard on us, but it's saying like, come on now, like, come on now, it's time to take action. No more messing around, no more carrying on like you were carrying on. It's time for the new now, and you need to take your place in that. And so we're being extra guided at the moment, which might seem really harsh. It might seem like brick walls are being smacked in your face, saying, no, don't go in that direction. No, don't keep on doing that kind of thing. That's why we have unsuccessful outcomes to problems as well, if we're using our old ways to approach it. Coming together with friends, we've got with the dogs here. And so it could be that you've had rifts, or you need to have rifts in your friendships now, moving on from the old people that we've been around that aren't uplifting us or moving us forward or aren't in alignment to where we're going. And then new friends coming in, allies, friends and allies, people that are loyal to their hearts. We only bring those kind of people in when we're being loyal to our own hearts. Integrity with ourselves. Okay, let's get some more cards out and then we'll finish it off. And I'll finish off with some advice from the Tarot of how best to deal with these full moon energies today for us all. Let's get some of these out first. Wow. Okay, starting off with the castle, we're building things from the ground upward now, building new foundations. You know, we're having to pretty much knock down our old house now because the foundations were dodgy, right? In this paradigm that we've been in with the toxic masculine and the toxic feminine, and things not working out, and it's just been a mess, hasn't it? And it's a good thing that COVID came along because the way that we were headed, we were just being complacent because it was too easy. It was too easy to carry on as we were. And we were heading in the wrong direction. Something needed to happen. But now we get this chance of building firm foundations. But first, we need to knock down the old house before we build those foundations. You can't build a palace on the foundations of a house that's there for a shed or a tent or something. We need to knock those foundations down to build our new castles. So if things are falling apart, that's why. To make new foundations, to start over, and we start over from what we've gained before, but it's within ourselves. The underworld here. This is the pull of the negative, the pull of the old way, the pull of the underworld. We just carry on in those toxic ways that we were before. Got to break free from that. This is telling me also that there's going to be a pull from other people who are going to stay there in that underworld energy. They're going to try and pull you back into. So you're going to have to be really strong. This dog's coming together with friends, releasing the old friends or allies that you were with that are going to stay at that level, the ones that have been helping you to have those lessons and stuff, clearing it out, having that empty room so that you can bring the new into it, because the universe loves a void, right? If you make space in your life, then the universe will fill it with better, that's on an alignment with your new energy. And we've got the one here, so this is those very special relationships, what's right for us comes in. So those of you that watch my readings for that relationship stuff, then yep, the one comes in when we build those firm foundations, but we need to allow everything to fall away first. Big endings happening. So let's get some advice. How best to deal with these energies today for this full moon? Yes, that doesn't surprise me at all. We've got the star. Oh, we've got the Ace of Cups too. It's hiding. The star, Aquarius energy, right? The age of Aquarius, and we're in Aquarius season. It's time for a whole new paradigm, a whole new way of thought, a whole new way of being within ourselves, of relating with ourselves, that communication that we've got within ourselves, to bring about something new in the world now. And it's new on the foundational level, that castle, the foundations. It's the little things. It's the way we talk to each other, the way that we are in the world, the way that we communicate within ourselves, how we're self-loving, what we will do for others and what we won't do for others, how we're empowering ourselves. It's all those little stuff. It's just the way that we are, the way that we deal with things that's going to make those big changes. We've got to be authentic and find a new way now and turn our back on those old ways. The star, setting something new off, the Ace of Cups, hearts overflowing, what makes us feel really good. Not just putting up with all kinds of crap, but headed toward what makes us feel really good. If it doesn't make you feel good, stop doing it, because it's not in alignment and you're not adding energy, not adding good energy to the world, you're adding bad energy to the world. Devolving, not evolving. Any more guidance for today, for this full moon? How can we best deal with the energies today? Massive change, right? Doesn't surprise me that Death and Rebirth card came out. The Spirit of Cups, opportunity and creativity. I love this. So we have this amazing opportunity now, especially around this full moon, to start something new. We've got this opportunity to create something new. As I said, it's that foundational level. How we want to be in the world, how we want to feel, what's the integrity that we want to come from now. How do we want to deal with people? What do we want to create in the world? But from that real base level of who we are within ourselves and how we want to feel and all of that stuff. Very bright times ahead. See, there's a tuning fork. I don't know whether you can see it there. There's a tuning fork on top of that mountain there. It's like getting in tune with something, and that's the way forward, through alignment, getting in tune, attuned, in tune. That's where the opportunity is. It's the star in the Spirit of Cups. It's like, wow, we get to build this ourselves now and decide what it is and create something new. It's not set in stone. It's not the universe that's doing it. It's us that's doing it, because we've experienced life and it's like, yeah, that was great. And technology is great and the way that we're living now is great and everything. But this relationships and the way that women are treated and this imbalance and the way that the masculine's falling behind and all this privilege and all the stuff that we've got wrong, it's like, we need to sort that out now. Where does it start? It starts to get sorted out within ourselves first. Yeah, within ourselves first. And now we've got this amazing opportunity to change the world by changing ourselves. So be still a while, this full moon, because there's big changes to be made within ourselves to get in alignment. Stop trying to change the world around you, inside of you. Stop thinking that it's everyone else that needs to change, because it's us. If you get into that alignment, and yeah, there might be very little for you to change. But if you do that, you're going to become one of these leaders that's going to create that new world. Be one of the first 100 monkeys to do it, right? There we have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Tell me what you got out of that. I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love to see you in Psychic Cafe, my daily show, 7 a.m. Bangkok time. And yeah, if you'd like a private reading from me, don't forget those full moon readings on behealing.com are available half price today. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Bye.